Hey guys, how is it going? Mario here. Welcome back to another Chelsea review where I'll be taking a look at Chelsea's victory over Luton Town in the second round of the Carabao Cup. Now, we're safely through to the third round, and in this video, I'll take a look at how things went down, what starting 11 did Xabi Alonso choose to use, and of course, I'll give you my top 3 performers, and last but not least, I'll take a look at the latest Chelsea news. Now we lined up in a 4-2-3-1 formation that we used for 80 minutes. And for the last 10, we went back to a 3-4-3 formation. Now, of course, it's Luton there in League One. So we were attacking a lot and we never really looked like having 4 defenders. But I just wanted to point out that Alonso chose to use a different formation. Another interesting thing about the selection was that Enzo was not even on the bench. Now, there were some reports saying that Enzo asked Alonso specifically to not play the game. So, this can only mean that the transfer is getting closer and we might have seen the last of Enzo in a Chelsea shirt. But that's a topic for another day, so let's continue with the game review. Now, overall, Chelsea controlled the game and I thought we were fairly comfortable for the majority of the game. Matter of fact, I don't remember Luton having any big chances. So that was good. We struggled to open the scoring, especially in the first half, but that doesn't mean we weren't trying. Now we saw plenty of attacking chances and some nice combinations between Palmer, Estevao, Rogers, Barku himself. It was an exciting attacking display, but we didn't see any end product. The two biggest chances probably in the first half were a chance created by Barco for Estevao. Estevao was through on goal and he missed it. And then it was a chance created by Estevao for Morgan Rogers, and he ended up hitting the bar. So these were the two biggest chances that we had in the first half. Now, there has been a new tendency that I've been telling you guys about, and it happened once again. The tendency is that we come out for second halves really strong, and this has been happening for the last few games under Xabi Alonso. Now, after 5 minutes of play in the second half, Malo Gusto provided an excellent cross for Danny Welbeck, and he opened the scoring, which just solidified our excellent play so far. And if I told you that Danny Welbeck scored a goal, you'd just imagine it in your head, just the exactly the same goal that he scored. It's the most Danny Welbeck goal you've seen. We've seen it plenty of times against us, and it's nice to see Danny Welbeck scoring at Stamford Bridge for us, not against us. So excellent stuff. Now, just 15 minutes after we opened the scoring, we made our first 3 changes. As we saw, Morgan Rogers, Reece James, and Malo Gusto come off for Romeo Lavia, Jorel Hato, and Pedro Neto. And while we continued attacking, we didn't really get any big chances. So Alonso decided it's time to stick the big guns up front, and we put Joao Pedro on. Now, he changed Danny Welbeck, and just 3 minutes after that, we saw our second goal of the game. Now, Joao Pedro didn't have anything to do with it, but I thought it was interesting that we got it instantly after he came on. The goal happened after Barco went in with a lunging tackle in midfield and won the ball. He passed it to Cole Palmer, who found Estevao with a little bit of space to run, and Estevao took a shot. Now, his shot was deflected into Luton's goal by one of their defenders, and then Chelsea had a comfortable 2-0 lead to see out the game. A little bit before the goal, Estevao signaled to the bench something, I'm not quite sure what, but just after the goal, he was subbed for Jamie Gittens, and we went into a 3-4-3 formation to see out the game. Now, hopefully, it's not an injury for Estevao, or if it is, hopefully it's nothing major. But anyways, I thought we got a very good practice against low blocks. Now, the last point that I wanted to touch on was that Palmer and Lacroix both got 90 minutes. I would consider them first team players, so it was interesting to see that they got 90 minutes in the Carabao Cup. Alonso was asked after the game about Cole Palmer getting 90, not about Lacroix sadly, but he said that Palmer is one of the most fit players at the moment, so he can take the 90 minutes. So that's good to see. Hopefully, both of them have no issues of getting through the Brighton game, and hopefully they perform well in it. Now, let's continue with the video, and the next section that I have is my top 3 performers. Now, you know, I do this in every review, so let's get straight into it. In third place, I have Danny Welbeck, who got a goal on his debut, and it was a very nice striker performance. You know, it's one of those games where he doesn't get a lot of chances, he just has to wait. Before his goal, he had one other chance that he missed, but his goal was taken brilliantly. And as I said, it's just the most Danny Welbeck goal that you can imagine. Now, the player that I've put in second place is Valentin Barco, and it was a very interesting reception that he received. From the very first minute, he was booed on each and every one of his touches. Now, it's because of the England and Argentina shenanigans in the World Cup, and I completely get it. His feud with Jude Bellingham wasn't received well by English supporters, but I'm a Chelsea fan, and for me, I don't care about Jude Bellingham, so I think these boos were a little bit unnecessary, but by the end of the game, Barco had played so well that you could barely hear any of the boos, so very nice debut by Barco. He looked like a man on a mission, he was really creative, he was tackling well, he was dispossessing in midfield, he was controlling the game. Overall, a very nice debut, and he might be a little bit unlucky that he doesn't get my number one spot in the video. But for me, the number one spot could be only one player, and that was Malo Gusto. I know he's not one of our most popular players at the moment, but I thought he played a very solid game, so credit where credit is due. He got an assist for Danny Welbeck's goal, which was an excellent cross, by the way, and he was defending really well. Now, I know it's only Luton. It's not like he's up against a world class winger or something, but when he was called upon in defense, he dealt with those situations brilliantly, and it was a situation after a situation. So, yeah, overall, I thought Gusto defended really well, and he gets my number one spot for the video. Now, an honorable mention could be Estevao. As I said, there was some very nice attacking display from all of the Chelsea attackers, but Estevao missed a couple of chances, and even though he had a big part in our second goal, I would I wouldn't put him in my top 3 players. So these were my top 3 performers. Let me know in the comments who do you think was our best player and if I'm wrong about Malo Gusto. But let's continue into the last part of my video, and that's the news roundup. Now, there are some big news here. Liam Delap being sold to Nottingham Forest for £50 million after basically scoring what, 2 goals for us, and we make 15 million profit. A brilliant sale. I wish him all the best. I thought he was a bit harshly treated, but then again, we have Joao Pedro, so there is not really a place for Liam Delap at the moment. So good luck to him. I hope everything goes well. Now, the second one is not as good as the Liam Delap deal. We have Disasi to Crystal Palace on a straight loan, which Crystal Palace will pay us a fee for, but still, the deal is just a straight loan. There is no obligation, no nothing. So we'll still have the same issue with Disasi next summer, but hopefully he impresses, even though I saw that they've already secured another defender, so I don't know, will he even be a starter there? We'll see. But the biggest news that broke out just 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes before the game started, is that Emiliano Martinez is a here we go. And what is next? What happens to Sanchez? What happens to Penders? Like somebody has to leave. It could be Sanchez being sold or Penders getting a loan somewhere. I'm not sure. Will Ivan Sanchez want to be the second fiddle to Emiliano Martinez? I'm not sure. It would be interesting to see. I'll talk a little bit more about Martinez when everything is official, but we know he's a World Cup winner. We know his antics with the opposition fans. So I think it's definitely an upgrade, but we'll need to think about what to do with the other goalkeepers now. So yeah, overall, this is the news roundup that I have. If you managed to watch the video this far, guys, please give it a like. It really helps. subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you tomorrow in the match preview for the Brighton game. Thank you guys and take care.